Hello everyone, thanks for checking out my video. So in this video, I thought I would go through some of the troubleshooting steps for common problems found with Awesome Miner and MiningPoolHub. This is really a response to most of the comments that I've received over the last couple of months since we've been mining together, and hopefully will address some of the more common problems and make it easy for everybody to get up and running. So without further ado, let's take a look at our first problem. One of the first problems we'll face when trying to mine crypto is the restrictions that are placed on the mining software by antivirus programs. A lot of times you'll try and start mining with a program and the antivirus will pop up and it'll say virus or threat found and the program has been blocked or quarantined. All right, and I'll show you an example of that right here. If I try and start this miner, it's just totally blocked. It says right here, failed to start miner process, miner, this is the name of the miner. And then it says, number one problem, security or antivirus software can detect and remove downloaded mining software resulting in a failed start. Well, that's very likely what happened here. Now there are other instances when this same message will pop up and we'll be able to address that in a later issue. But for right now, how do we fix this issue? And just in case you're concerned, okay, I want you to know viruses and malware are always a threat, no matter what. I can't tell you how many times I've scanned my computer for malware or viruses and it has popped up with something, you know, just because of different websites that I've visited. So you have to be very careful and know how to protect yourself from those types of things. But when it comes to the mining software here, all it's doing is accessing the server and putting your computer in contact with the server so that you can actually hash some data. All right. Now, those programs can be embedded with viruses. It has happened. Many people who download these things on their own, either from GitHub or from somebody's Google Drive or some other shady file sharing service, have been infected by viruses. And what ends up happening with a lot of those virus programs is they start swapping out wallet addresses and things like this, you know, so that it looks like it's working just fine, but none of the money is going into your wallet, it's going somewhere else. So that's kind of an issue that you have to think about. Most of the time, it's when people are downloading things on their own and trying to run the software via command line. But with Awesome Miner, this is a program developed by a bunch of different people working for the same goal. They want to sell the program. All right, you get the free version here. It has up to 2 miners, but when somebody is growing in terms of their mining and getting more and more computers put together and hashing away, they're going to have a greater need for adding more miners. So the only way to do that is to purchase Awesome Miner. And then you get some added bonus features when you do that. So there's an incentive to do it as you grow. Now, that being said, the big question here to ask, and it's just a little bit of reasoning, a company that wants to sell you software, do you think that they're going to want to put viruses in there? I mean, I highly doubt that they would want to include viruses in their program in order to encourage more business. I'm thinking as soon as people got caught wind that there are a bunch of viruses packaged with Awesome Miner, they're not going to do any more business. All right, so that being said, I want to trust that these guys know what they're doing, that they're scanning everything before they send it out to us, and that they're going to want to continue to grow and sell their program legitimately. How do we bypass then this error message? Well, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is add one folder to your antivirus exclusions list. All right, so I'll do it with Windows Defender. I can't show it for every virus program out there, but what you're looking for is the exclusions list. All right, most virus programs have that list, and it's for reasons just like this so that we can bypass it. All right, so on the bottom right, I'm just going to double click this little shield icon. All right, and that pops up the Windows Defender. And right here it says virus and threat protection. So I'll click on this. And then right here it says virus and threat protection settings. I'll click on that. And then down here at the bottom, it says exclusions. All right, that's exactly what we want. We're going to add an exclusion. So I'll click on this link. And you see this little plus sign here? We'll just click that. And not file, I'm going to add an entire folder. All of the mining software is downloaded to the same folder. Okay, so we just add that one folder and we've got it all covered. So click on folder. And then right here, type this in. %local app data %\. And then you see here we've got a whole list of all these different folders. They're already here. The one we want, you guessed it, Awesome Miner. Click that one and then click select folder. It'll say, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Click on yes. All right. And now we have Awesome Miner folder added right here. I can close this. Now that we've added that folder to our exclusions list, this should be good to go. So let's go ahead and click on start. And there we have it. The mining software has popped up. Everything looks good there. And you can see it's hashing away right here. Now, one other thing to consider. If after you have added that folder to the exclusions list, you still get that little pop-up that's preventing the software from running, it could be because your antivirus software has moved the executables out of that folder. So what you'll need to do is reinstall Awesome Miner and just choose the repair option. All right. Then what that'll do is make sure that all of the mining software is back where it belongs. And then try it again. If that doesn't work, then maybe it's an issue related to one of the other problems in this video. In that case, just hang out. We're going to get to it. Our next problem is an incorrect server address. Have you ever started mining and then you look at Awesome Miner and it says mining, but there's no hashes and there's no price per day? Well, when you go over here to the mining window, it's basically got all this red text. And red is usually a universal color for alarm. Something's wrong. And what's it saying? Cannot resolve this address. All right, uus-east.equihash MiningPoolHub. So what's the problem? Well, could it be that something has been misspelled? If we look closely, you'll see that there's two U's here, UUS East. Now I know that because I did this. But if we went over to MiningPoolHub.com, the address is US East. All right. Tiny little thing like that can really screw things up. So to fix it, all we have to do is stop it and edit the pool. So we go to options, pools, and whichever pool that was causing the problem. Click on edit. All right, and then I can take that and fix it by correcting the address. Click on OK, OK, and then start mining again. Our next problem has to do with incorrect username or worker name. And it could be something very simple here that the username was just misspelled. But how do we know that? Well, the mining software will give us some indication of what's going wrong. All right, so first of all, see here, it's once again red text. There's a problem with authorization. It says authorization failed. It does give us a little bit of information about what part of the authorization is failing. It says the ID. Now, I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to figure this out, but then again, that's why I'm making videos on this, just in case you're not a rocket scientist. But the ID is more or less the wallet address or the username on that particular website. So we're trying to contact MiningPoolHub, and we're trying to tell them that I'm the worker. I'm the one who's sending this request. So it's basically a login, and MiningPoolHub is saying, Null. Null means nothing. Means I don't have that information. I don't understand what you're trying to send me. All right, so let's figure out first of all what it is that I'm trying to send them. I'm going to stop the worker here, click on options, click on pools, and then edit the pool. All right, so you see this field here, it says worker name. This, in most cases, is a wallet address. So because this is Z Classic, in most cases, it would just be the Z Classic wallet address. But because I'm using MiningPoolHub, MiningPoolHub wants it to be a username. So whatever your username is on MiningPoolHub, that's how it handles the handshake between your computer and the server. All right, so you have to provide an accurate username. But this is my username. What's the problem? The problem is it's case sensitive. So when I signed up, I used a capital G for Goose, and I used a capital T. So you got to make sure that you put it in exactly the way you entered it on day one. That's simple. Click on OK, click on OK, and let's start it again and see if we get connected. Oh no, it's still not working. What's wrong with this thing? Why do I even get involved with this in the first place? Don't worry, this is a simple one. It actually leads into problem number 4. No worker name. Yes, we provided the username for the website, but we didn't tell the website what to call this computer. It needs that information so that when you go to the dashboard and the worker list, you can see which computer is doing what. So let's fix that. I'm going to go ahead and stop this. Click on options, pools, edit this pool, and you see where it says worker name. Well, we've got the right username now, but we have to add the actual worker name. And all you do is put a dot and name it. So I want to call this RX460. That's the card that I'm using. That's how I identify it. You can call it whatever you want. Click on OK. OK, and start. There you have it. That's simple. Username and worker is corrected. Now it's hashing away. Another problem people have with Awesome Miner and MiningPoolHub is that if it's set up to do the automatic algorithm switching method, sometimes it'll start mining something that's meant for a CPU, not a GPU. And if you're set up to do GPU mining, you're going to want to disable those algorithms so that it doesn't pop up. And it's pretty simple to do. First, you want to figure out which algorithms are better for your GPU. And to do that, just go to whattomine.com. And right here, you can see I've got the 480 highlighted. So that would be an RX 480, an AMD card. And you can see the hash rates here for all of the popular algorithms. So that's ETH for Ethereum-based algorithms, Groestel, X11 Ghost, Cryptonite, Equihash, Lyra2, Rev2, Neoscript, all on down the list, right? If you want to see what it can do for NVIDIA, just select one of these NVIDIA options, put a number in like 1, and here is the hash rate for the GTX 1070 NVIDIA. And you see there's perks, some of them are better at certain algorithms than others. So obviously here the Lyra2 Rev2 for the 1070 is much higher than it would be for, let's look at the 480. See the 480, it's only 4,900 kilohashes, but if we switch it to the 1070, it's 35,000 kilohashes. So coins like Vertcoin or Monacoin are going to mine really well on a GTX 1070. However, if you switch it over to the 480, you'll see, well, Cryptonite tends to be pretty good here. So Monero, Sumo Coin, Electronium, they've all got their advantages and disadvantages. So you'll want to figure out which of these algorithms you really want to emphasize in your own mining. All right. If you're going to stick with something like straight up Monero, then you'll want to disable everything except for Cryptonite. And to do it, it's very simple. We'll go in on Awesome Miner, click Options, click on Algorithms, and then just uncheck the algorithms you don't want. It's really that simple. All right, and then this way, I mean, I don't even know why I have these on. It just doesn't even matter right there. Time travel. So we get rid of Phi. There we go. So these are all pretty much, so CryptoNight, Equihash, Ethereum. These are really the big three for me. I leave these on just for testing purposes. It doesn't really do all that well on my RX 460. Myriad I had on when I was mining some Skyne just for fun. So that's pretty much it. You click on OK, and that will be saved. So that should prevent your Awesome Miner from automatically going into any of those algorithms. Another problem some people have is determining which mining program is the best for a certain algorithm. You can see right now I'm mining Monero, which is the CryptoNight algorithm, and I'm using Claymore's CryptoNote. But Awesome Miner comes with a bunch of different software, and one of them is XMRig for the GPU. So XMRig might actually be a little bit better than Claymore. The only way I could find out is to test that. So let me show you how to pick the mining software so that you can test these things. I'm just going to click on Options, click on Profit Profiles. All right, and when you set up your miner, this is one of the steps, is picking a profit profile. So if you have an AMD card, you'll want to edit the AMD GPU profile. If you have an NVIDIA card, you want to edit this one. All right, this is an RX 460, so I want to click on Edit. And right here, we've got a list. On the right-hand side, all of the algorithms from the previous step, all right, that I selected, they're here. And then on the left-hand side, we've got all the mining software. And notice all of these defaults already have a check mark, and that's fine. That's pretty much the way you want it. However, there are a couple on the bottom here that aren't selected. Now, all of these NVIDIA ones I can skip because I don't have an NVIDIA card. But this one right here, XMRig AMD miner, I do want to test. So I can put a check mark here and then click the up arrow and just move it up. And I want to move it above Claymore's CryptoNote GPU miner. In fact, I could just turn that one off altogether. All right, and then click on OK. Click on OK. And now we'll need to stop this one, which is running using Claymore, and we'll start it up again. Now, take note, 347 hashes per second. All right, this little experiment basically shows that XMRig is about 20 hashes less than Claymore. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it back to Claymore just to get that little bit more performance. But at least now you know how to do the same so that you can try these different mining programs and see which one works the best for you. One last problem to address are false starts. So watch this. So I've tried to start this miner and I'm getting the same error message as when the antivirus was blocking it, right? But it's not the antivirus that's the problem. It's actually something wrong with my command line. Sometimes you can pass through incorrect arguments and it won't like that. And then it'll just reject it. And this is sort of a default response from Awesome Miner. Okay, so let's take a look at that a little bit more closely by checking our coin pool. All right. So right here, everything appears to be good. Here's the coin, here's the server address, the worker name, password, everything's good. Nothing's here on Claymore, nothing here on Advanced. Everything looks okay. However, for some reason, the software that I'm using does not like to use a secure connection. It doesn't like it. So I just take that out, click OK, and watch. It starts right up. In a nutshell, some mining software works really well with a secure connection, others don't. it's really trial and error. You'll have to go in and just add the SSL or take it away and see if it'll work. Now, if you're trying to pass through additional commands to the mining software, you'll want to double check your commands too, because they can also cause a problem. If you misspelled one of the commands, or if you didn't put the number in right, that can definitely cause you the same error message, or that same window will pop up. It'll look like there's something wrong with antivirus, but it's not. It's something wrong with the command line. Case in point, if we were to edit my Monero pool, so let's go up to Options, Pools, and then click on Monero Edit. On the left-hand side, we've got a few other options. We've got something for SG Miner, something for Claymore, and something for Advanced. If I click on Advanced, it says right here, adds pool-specific command line parameters. So that is additional command lines that we can pass through to the XMRig AMD mining software. So let me show you some of those command lines. This is right off of their GitHub. We have a couple of different things we can do. A keep alive command to prevent timeouts. I mean, it says here it needs pool support, but there's that. Retries, can add that in. A lot of this kind of stuff is actually handled by Awesome Miner, so you don't even have to worry about that. However, you could change your donate level. So if you don't want to do the default of 5%, then you could do it for 1%. So this would be an easy one to bring over. So I'll go ahead and copy that, and we'll just paste it right here. And all we have to do is change that N to a number. So I'll make that a 1. So now my donate level will be 1. Click on OK, OK. And you see right here, it says donate equals 5%. Well, let me stop and then restart it. And now you see the donate is at 1%. So that's a real simple way of passing through additional command line parameters to the mining software to suit your needs. Well, that's pretty much it for me, guys. I did my best to try and address some of the more frequent problems people have been having with Awesome Miner and MiningPoolHub. So I hope I've done that. If so, please give me a thumbs up on the video. If not, just leave comments down below. I'll do my best to get back to you. Or if you want, join our Discord server, because we've got a lot of really nice chat rooms there and a nice little community forming where people are more than happy to help out. So if you have a question, bring it to the community and I'm sure they'll be able to get you up and running. Another thing is I've joined Patreon, so if you like what I'm doing and you want to support the channel, it would be great for me because it would help me to take care of some of my expenses as far as royalties go and other things like that from behind the scenes. And I'd also like to look into some better quality equipment, a better webcam, maybe a green screen, stuff like that. So if you like what you're seeing here and you want to support, please visit me on Patreon. That would be great. If not, that's totally fine. Just subscribe and ding the bell. That by itself would be a huge support for me. This way you'll be getting updates of my next videos and it'll look good for me to YouTube, you know what I mean? So I really appreciate it and I hope that you find the channel helpful. I'm doing my best to provide the best quality content that I can with the means that I have. So that's pretty much it from me, guys. Thanks for watching. God bless.